Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Crazy Out Cayne, SugarCayne.com, CAC TV. We're about to get into the July bike of the day, the current July bike of the days. We're going to talk about them right now. Yeah. So July's been real crazy. We've been getting a lot of good submissions, some dope bikes that got sent in. And it's about that time to get into talking about these bikes. All right. So just like last time I had Remo on the show, when he was talking about it, we were going back and forth, chopping it up about the bikes. And today I got a new guest, and he's actually Remo's cousin, which is crazy. Chad Phaire representing. Say what's up, man.
What's going on? What's going on?
Chilling, man. So real quick before we get into these bikes and stuff, tell us about what you got going on.
Yeah, so I'm Chad. So I started a brand called BMX BoysClub. It's based out of New York City. The whole idea actually spawned from a void I noticed in the social media side of BMX. Ever since I was a kid, I grew up riding with like Marv, Dez, and Camus and yourself. And the one thing that I noticed about you guys is that, not only were you guys bikes like top of the line, it looked well. And not only did it look well, but it rode well. You guys are really big on the maintenance of your bike. And I feel like that's a lost art form in BMX.
I'm gonna have to stop you on that. My bikes weren't always the greatest looking. My bikes used to look a little raggedy sometimes. I had a lot of stickers. That was Marv. Marv had that locked down. Remo had it locked down. But my bikes were a little sloppy.
Well, so you know what? Compared to the bike that I had at that time, your bike was spectacular.
All right, copy that.
So I basically I decided to exploit that a little bit. I wanted to start like a new trend. It's funny because we watch guys ride bikes all day, but I feel like the last thought in anybody's mind, especially when it comes to street riders, is the maintenance and upkeep of their bikes. BMX Boys Club is basically that. I basically focus on the design of BMX parts, the upkeep of your bike. I give you ideas and videos on how to do little tricks and tips that I learned coming up in the game to make sure that my bike performs at its highest level. There's a lot of talent that goes unseen in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just unfortunate a lot of the guys that do have platforms use their platforms to basically promote themselves and not the people that they grew up riding with. And I basically want to do that change,
So with that being said, let's talk about these bikes that are listed for July. All right, you ready for this?
Absolutely.
You ready for this, son? All right, so the first bike we got is this Gunslinger Candy Purple 20.75 caliber. They call them, the different bikes that they have are called the caliber bikes. So you got the 20.75 caliber. This bike was sent in by Bill Light. And Bill Light has been sending me, he has like a flock of gunslingers at his house. So he's been sending me a bunch of gunslingers and I've been posting them all. He's been getting a lot of love this month. So real quick, tell me about this bike. What you think about this build right here?
It's decent. I got to be honest. I always give my honest opinion. I've seen a purple and white bike before. And in my opinion, the one that I saw, it was great. If you know who I'm talking about Dez. Dez has a purple frame with white fork and white bars.
Mm-hmm.
And the way his bike was set up, it's like from every angle, it looks good. There's not a flaw in it at all as far as the setup. This one here, I feel like he could have did a little bit better. In my opinion, I like slim seats. I don't even mind a plastic seat. For some time, I've been running a plastic seat. But this one in particular doesn't rub me the right way.
He's getting real critical, y'all. He's getting real critical.
Got to give my honest opinion, man.
He's catering towards bike snob now. He's catering to the bike snob realm right now with this.
Bougie when it comes to the bike.
Getting real bougie right now, for real. Gee,
okay.
The controversy is going to start right now. I see the controversy starting. If you got comments, leave the comments below about what you think about his.
Tell me about it on BMX Boys Club on Instagram.
Yep. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like the website. What are you going to give? What from a scale of 1 to 10? what do you give the parts?
The parts, I'll give him a 7.5.
All right, what do you give the color?
The color, I'll give him a 5.
What about the originality?
Originality, I'll give him a 4.5.
Damn, son. And then what about the overall style? What you give him the overall style?
Overall style, I'll give him a 4.5.
4.5. That's what it is, folks. Leave your comments below. If you're on SugarCayne.com, leave your comments there. Let us know what you think about Chad's point of view on these bikes. He has no leg in the game, no stake in the game this month. So he's giving his honest opinions, and as you can see, he's very critical. So it's going to be interesting to see how this month actually winds up. So next up on the list here, we have a 1 Pro Cruiser. These bikes, I don't think these bikes are made anymore. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. They were hot on the track back in the day, you know, in the early 2000s. And it was really dope when I saw this bike. I was like, wow, I haven't seen this bike in a minute. So this was sent by Tomi Ribaric, and he's out of Slovenia. Slovenia representing, send his bikes in. So what's your opinion of this bike real quick?
Okay, so are we going for color, overall style, or parts?
Well, let me just get your opinion because that's kind of interesting to hear your opinion.
Okay. So in my opinion,
Yeah.
I like it.
You like
I
it? All right.
I do. The one thing that does
Uh-oh.
bother me a bit,
Uh-oh.
and it's gonna knock the points down, is the height of the steering tube.
Oh yeah, that's pretty high. That's about 5 inches, ain't it? That looks like
yeah,
about 5 inches tall.
So this is my thing. You know, he doesn't need the extra length of the steering tube on the fork. All right. So I feel like there's some neglect going on. That's something that could have been maintenance.
Well, in his defense, I'm gonna assume that since they're carbon forks, that he probably didn't have a professional person to cut them down, or maybe if he wanted to resell them, he might have held on to it like that. That's
no excuses.
You know, that's what I'm thinking. You said no excuses.
No excuses.
All right,
no excuses.
No
I'm
excuses.
sorry.
He's real
when it
critical,
comes to the overall look and the aesthetics of your bike, especially, okay, if you're somebody that races, you want to make sure that your bike is as light as possible. So why aren't you taking that in consideration when it comes to the fork?
All right, so Tomi, hit us up in the comment section. Hit me up on SugarCayne.com. Let's see if you can answer Chad's question on the reason why you left all that tubing in your steering tube there. So let's talk about it. All right. So with that being said, what do you rate the color of this bike?
The color of the bike, I'll give him an 8.5.
8.5. All right. What about the parts?
The parts, I'll give him an 8.
And the originality?
Originality, I'll give him an 8.
8. All right. And the overall style, what you gonna give him?
Overall style, I'll give him an 8.
Nice. And you're gonna actually do an actual rating on these bikes too when we're done with this, right?
Yes, already did half of them already.
All right, cool. All right, so next on the list of bikes that are featured on the July Bike of the Day list, we have this. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, it's a little bit broccoli, man. We have this 1985 Hutch Trickstar. It's a pink classic right here, sent in by Tim Negro. Did his thing, and yeah, man, what do you think about this bike?
Yes, so as far as the style, I know where the bike came from. You know, I know the era. I know what BMX looked back then. I know that this isn't something that you're gonna find in the condition that it is with the original parts that it has. So I'm gonna give him a 10 on that one. I'm gonna give him a 10 on that.
All right, so the overall style is a 10. What are you gonna give the color?
I'm not a fan of the pink and the white.
Wait, aren't you Harlem? The home of Cameron? Cameron,
Dipset.
Aren't you Dipset? You be from the Dipset neighborhood?
But hold on, you gotta let me finish. I'm not a fan of the pink and white. But again, I know the era in which this bike came from, and that was the thing. So the color, I'll give him a 9.
All right. And what about the parts?
Parts, I'll give him a 10.
And originality?
Originality, I give him a 7.5 just because I know the time in which this bike was made. A lot of guys had similar bikes like this.
All right, cool. So there we go with that one. Now the next one we are going to talk about on the list. This is the Pure V5 Pro XL. This was sent in from Jason Dalton. And yeah, man, he's got that turquoise and red colorway going on there. So let me know what you think about this bike.
Overall style, I give him a 10. I like the bike. I really do like the bike.
Dope.
Unlike the one, he left no stone unturned.
Right.
The steering tube height over the stem is a decent amount. If he decides to put an extra spacer underneath there or have a taller stem, he has available space to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Seat height is good. Chain looks good. Bike looks damn near brand new. It looks fast.
It looks pure.
It looks pure. Exactly. It looks pure. It looks pure.
So what do you give the color? What do you give the color on that? 1 to 10.
The color, I give him a 10. I'll give him a 10 on that.
All right. Parts?
The parts, I give him a 10.
And originality?
Originality, I'll give him a 10.
Nice. And I don't know if you went to the actual page to see the different list of stuff on this bike. I know you actually looked at some already.
I did. This is one of the bikes that I did already.
Okay, cool.
And they got 10 across the board.
Cool. All right, so just to let the people at home know, yeah, he did go to the actual website and look at most of the bike's parts and stuff like that. So he's giving his honest opinion, folks. And, you know, definitely give me your opinions in the comments below. And if you have time, come back to SugarCayne.com, check out all the bikes and give them your honest opinion, your ratings. Because at the end of the month, whatever bike is the top rated bike winds up winning the bike of the month. Okay, so this is for the July bike of the month. And I give out medals. Got to reward these people for sending these awesome bikes in. All right, so next up, we got a polished Fornix Atom 2 Pro sent in by Johan Dagler out of France. And he's actually the owner of the company. So that's pretty dope. I got some owners sending me stuff, which is really cool. So what do you think about this bike?
So I got to say, this is another one of the bikes that I did rate. I got to say, and you said that this guy owns the company. And
yep.
For the bike that he rides.
Yes, sir.
He's representing his company well. The color is great. The overall style is great. The parts are great. I saw that he had profile elites. I love profile elites. I got about 5 of them. I had no problem whatsoever with the bike. And you know what's even interesting? He has the same plastic seat as the original bike, the purple one, the first one that we rated. Difference is that I see that he has like some lettering or something like that.
I think that says Fornix on it, I believe.
Yeah.
From what it says, it says Fornix.
That small detail adds more detail to the bike. The way that the seat is positioned is I'll say angled.
You're going, you know what? Hold on. You're going like dog competition critique style. You know what I'm saying? Like the position of the seat has to be correct, and the position of the
everything comes into effect. The
no
experience
doubt
of looking at the bike. When one detail is off, it just kind of changes the whole bike and the whole mood and your whole opinion on the bike.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I feel like the way the seat is angled, it's angled in the same direction and almost as height as the top tube is. And that just gives an overall better look.
It's funny you mention that because a lot of times you might see like, you know how you see product photos from different brands and you'd be like, why they put the seat that way?
Exactly.
They got the seat post up all high and the seat pointed down. Like, why are they even doing that? Like, so you're right about that.
You know what? And I also understand that, that could be your particular style or maybe that's comfortable. My thing is, I feel like if that is going to be your style, you got to make it look good. For an example, there's a guy named Big James. He's notorious out here for his style.
Shout out to Big James.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's funny, his seat at one point looked exactly like how the seat was angled on the first bike that we rated. But you know what? the geometry of his frame complemented the way his seat was.
Mm-hmm.
So when you looked at it, it looked appealing.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. And the other thing I like about this bike is just the way he has the color combo going throughout the bike. You know what I'm saying? With the red and the blue.
It's distributed well.
It's a well distribution of color combinations. That's definitely color coordinated. Definitely coordinated with the colors. As far as the rating, 1 to 10,
he got it. He got a 10 across the board.
10 across the board. Everything 10s. All right, cool. And also, the funny thing about this bike is that he actually won last month. So he won the June with a Fornix.
He looks like he wins races with that bike.
Yeah. So he wins races and he wins Bike of the Month competition. So let's see if he wins this month. We'll find out. So next up, we got this Daylight Arc C1 sent in from Trevor. Trevor from Heckler Racing out there in Jersey. He's another one that sends me a lot of builds. He had a couple of Hutch builds that he sent out. He actually had a Mongoose build that he sent me. And now he has this sick Daylight that he sent. And Daylight, I mean, they make some of the, in my opinion, they make some of the nicest designs on bikes. All their custom colorway. They do all ceramic paint. So and actually on this bike right here, there's no decals. Everything is painted in. So I like how they did. What am I talking about? It's not my. This is all about you. You tell us how you feel about the bike. What am I talking about? Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I did not like this bike at all. It looks interesting, but it doesn't look fast.
Doesn't look fast?
You know what? It looks fast. It doesn't look interesting.
All right, cool. So what do you give the color?
Color, I give them a 4.
And what about the parts?
Parts, I'll give them a 6.
You looked at the parts?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. What do you give the originality?
This is another one of the bikes that I did rate.
All right, what do you give the originality?
Originality?
It's pretty original. I know you're mad at the bike, but it's original. Don't hate on the originality because you don't like the bike.
No, so I'm comparing it to other racing bikes that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the shape, look, and geometry of the frame, the fork, it's not all that unique.
Okay.
I'll give him a 4.
A 4 on originality.
4 on originality.
All right, there's gonna be a lot of people commenting about your comments.
Tell me about it.
There's gonna be a lot of people commenting about your comments.
It's just my opinion. That's all.
It's just your opinion. That's
my opinion. It's not fact. Doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. My opinion.
That's gonna be a good one. All right, so next up we got Mongoose 2020 Title Elite Pro XL. This one was sent in by Jeremy Innerb, who sent me this bike. Shout out to everybody at Mongoose, all the Mongoose heads, the Mongoose team and everything. So let me know what you think about this bike right here, my brother.
So as far as the overall look, I'll give him a 10.
A 10?
Give him a 10.
All right.
Those cranks are huge, man. Those cranks are really interesting.
Yeah. Those.
And I'm not saying that to disparage. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. As far as parts, I'll give him a 10.
10 on parts?
I like the gold and the black.
Mm-hmm.
As far as overall style, I'm going to give him a 10. The reason why I give him a 10 is because this guy pays close attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at first glance, you see the chain, right?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You gave him a 10 because he played close attention to detail, but you gave the Daylight a really low score. But there was mad attention to detail. I just want to point that out, y'all. I just had to point that out. All right, go ahead.
So let me say this. Detail, you have to add in the color, and you have to add in the wow factor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the gray frame with the chrome bars and the black and gray fork, I believe it was, it didn't give me that wow factor.
Now, did you see the detail of the hub and also the blue and red, the blue and red on the brake cable? So what it was like a subliminal flag reverse type thing going on there.
I get that. In my opinion, it wasn't executed well.
No, no doubt. I get it, but I was just saying when you said attention to detail was a big thing about the Mongoose.
And like I said, in my opinion, to
Mm-hmm.
me, it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
The detail comes in the wow factor with the color.
Okay.
The color did not give me the wow factor.
All right.
That's one of the biggest parts of the details of the bike.
Copy that. Copy that. All right. So you heard this here,
So
people.
hold on.
I want to get them comments. I want to see what people think about this. I'm excited right now. I want to see what the comments are like because this is an interesting episode so far. Go ahead.
And I want to finish my opinion on this bike.
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as the detail, when you look at the chain, right? Originally, you're just like why does he have this colored chain on here? All his parts is chrome and black, right? But then when you look at the sticker, there's a sticker that's the exact same color as the chain.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you look over to the front end of the frame, you see the cable. The cable is the exact same color as the sticker and as the chain.
Mm-hmm.
That is somewhat of a small detail, but that really catches my attention when I'm looking into the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just look at the bike and they're just like, oh, okay, it's a black bike with white stickers on it, and then you got some gold parts here and there. That's cool. That's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
I can look at it from a distance and see one thing. And then when I look closely at it, I see something completely different.
Right.
That's a wow factor for me.
Okay.
So because of that, he gets 10 across the board.
10s across the board.
10 across the board.
All right, there it is. There it is, folks. Ooh. All right, hold on a second. That broccoli, man, that broccoli's getting me right now. Next up, we got on the list, we got the Supercross Envy Black 2. Carbon frame and fork and carbon rims on that bad boy. So, what'd you think about this bike?
So, overall style, I'll give him a 10.
All right.
Gotta give him a 10.
What about the parts?
For the parts, I'll give him a 10. I'll give him a 10.
All right. And what about the originality?
Originality, I'll give him an 8.5.
All right. What about the color?
The color, see, here it is again. Small details. So you got the spokes. That's metallic red. You got the bolts. That's metallic red.
And the hubs.
And then not only that, you have the I forgot what these is called. This is old school to me because I'm a street rider.
Mm-hmm.
But this is common amongst the racers. That little like bar saver thing on the flange. So you got the bar ends that go inside of the handlebar, right?
Yeah.
That goes inside, and then you also have
the lock. You mean the lock grips? Yeah, he got lock grips. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a detail that I like. That's
Mm-hmm.
a detail that I like. You can tell that he cares about the overall aesthetic of his bike,
Mm-hmm.
and he's focused on the look. The tires, these tires are fire. What tires are these? Actually,
those are the. I think those are the Tioga Fasters. I think those are.
Of course, yeah, Tioga.
Let me see. Hold on. You on the site right now?
Yeah.
Just check the parts list. I think it's the Tioga Faster tires.
Okay. Whatever tires they are, I want the tires.
They should be on it. I want to make sure. I want to confirm. I don't look crazy.
Yeah. Overall color. I'll give him a 10.
A 10 for overall color.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, real quick, just go look at the part list and just see what kind of tires he got. I just want to make sure I'm saying the right thing.
Where'd you write the tires at? I didn't see that you wrote the tires down. Frame, fork, grips, cranes, pedals, chain.
Oh, he didn't write the tires?
No, you didn't write the tires.
See? That's the problem.
Come on, man.
I tell people to send me a full parts list, and they don't send me a full parts list. I always say it every time. Send me a full parts list. Now, this is a perfect example on the reason why you should send a full parts list. Because somebody's watching, they look at the tires, they might want to buy the tires. You messing up sales for these guys. But nah, so definitely, this is a note for everybody who sends these bikes in. I need an actual full parts list. Don't just give me the bars, the fork, you know what I'm saying, the wheels. Give me every single part of your bike, because if people are looking at this, I want to know what kind of parts are you rocking. And this is a perfect example why you should send all your parts. But I want to give a shout out to Caleb Kangas. who is a rider of that bike. I didn't give him a mention earlier. Shout out to Caleb Kangas, and good luck this year on all the races that you participate in, my brother. All right, so next up, we are going.
And I gotta say, man, like,
go ahead.
You racers, man, you guys keep clean bikes, man. Listen, that is what BMX Boys Club is about, man.
Word, man.
Like, man, I just wish a lot of us street riders had the same mindset, man. But anyway, go ahead.
All right, cool. Next up, this is the last bike, which is actually the first bike that was submitted in July. It comes from DJ Mars out of Atlanta, legendary DJ. He's doing some big things in BMX. He's doing a lot of custom builds of his own, and he made this custom build right here. This is a SE Floval Flyer, and he did his own little Green Lantern themed colorway on this bike. So real quick, what's your opinion on this bike?
It looks fun to ride.
All right, colorway. What are you going to give the colorway? 1 to 10.
You know, because of the little scheme I see him going with, the whole Green Lantern thing. The color, I give him a 9.5. I'll give him a 9.5.
9.5. All right. What about the parts?
The parts, I'll give him a 8.5 just because the stem looks a little cheap. I'm not sure what stem that is, but as far as the design, it's a little bland.
If you're on the page, are you on the page?
I am on the page.
All right, so he definitely put the parts list down there. Okay. So let's check and see what kind of parts he got there.
Okay, and you know what? Yeah, I see it's a Colt stem, and you know what? I do like the Colt top load stem, but I'm not 100% sure if this is the Colt stock stem. It looks like a stock stem to me. That's what it looks like to me. And if it is indeed a stock stem, as far as parts, I'm going to have to give him 7.5.
All right.
In my opinion, I feel like the most important things, like the first thing you see when you look at the bike, is going to be the stem, in my opinion. The stem, then the wheels, then everything else. So if that is a Colt stock stem, meaning it comes from a complete bike, it's going to have to be 8.5 in the parts department.
All right. And what are you going to give the originality?
Originality, I can give him a 9. That's interesting. The color scheme.
All right. And overall, you gave it. What would you give it? What did you give it again for overall?
The overall, I'm going to have to give it a 7.5 just because I don't care for the design of the frame. I've seen bikes with geometry like this, like Atola bikes, and a lot of them look dope. S&M makes a lot of dope ones. But as far as the shape on this one, I don't care for it that much.
Copy that. All right, so this is all the bikes that have been featured this month, July, and we got some really interesting and good opinions from Chad. Chad really brought the heat. He brought the smoke. He brought the smoke this month for the bikes. Huh? You said what?
I want all the smoke.
He want all the smoke. He's delivering smoke and he wants the smoke as well. So, but definitely, if you guys haven't rated the bikes already, like I said before, please come to the site SugarCayne.com. Come to the site, rate these bikes, give them your honest opinion, get technical with it, get BMX snobbish with it if you want. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever your opinion is. We definitely want to see what it is. We definitely have differences of opinion, and that's the beautiful thing about having opinions, right? So, also, if you want to submit your bike, there's information on the website how you can submit your bike. And just to tell you real quick, you want to send me an email, sugarcayne@gmail.com. Send me high-res photos of your bike, nice pictures somewhere with a nice background, like you're doing something for a magazine, not shot in your house by the fireplace or whatever the case may be. Send me some good high-res pictures, some close-up shots of the parts. Send me a full parts list, like we said before, a full parts list. Also, send me the inspiration for your build, because it's real interesting to see what people think about, what people say about the inspiration for their build. It's always good to hear that story, you know. Anybody who has a BMX bike, whether it's a 16-inch bike all the way to a 29-inch bike, and if you, all my heads out there in Houston, Texas, if you got them 36-inch BMX bikes, send those too. We want to see all BMX bikes, all right? Definitely send them. Don't feel that, you don't have the right BMX bike for it. As long as it's a BMX bike, and I consider any bike that's that you can jump on the dirt, do endos, all kind of crazy stuff like that. And if it looks like a BMX bike, it's a BMX bike, for crying out loud. So let everybody know your Instagram page, how they can see your pages, your posts, and all that good stuff.
Yes, so you can follow me on Instagram at BMXBoysClub. Also, I have a second account where I do daily posts. As of recently, I've been doing daily posts on BMX Voice Club anyway. But I have a second account called BMX Voice Club Daily. With that one, if you have like a dope BMX clip or whatever you did, whether it's racing, whether you out doing a street line, or you did some type of crazy trick at the skate park, send it to me. I'll post it. I'll give you a shout out. So it's going to be BMX Voice Club. Then the second one is going to be BMX Voice Club Daily, Daily, Daily. And you can also follow me at my photography account. That's going to be at Chad Phaire. So that's going to be CHAD Phaire, Phaire, Chad Phaire.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So with that said, everybody, thanks for checking us out. We definitely want to see the comments. And that's pretty much it. All right. So this is Crazy Out Cayne, SugarCayne.com, CACTV. Tune in for more stuff. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out the SugarCayne website. All that good stuff. Keep riding, y'all. Keep having fun. And that's pretty much it. So Chad, with that being said, say back to you, Billy.
Back to you, Billy.
1.